Puma versus Zenio is about to be underway, but first I have to say huge thanks to Epson, world class in projector production. They're the guys that are responsible for bringing you guys game number 1. Check out their website, epson.com/gaming, for all that good stuff. So, game number 2, Puma versus Zenio, about to be starting, Kev.
Yeah, bigger map this time. It's going to be played on Bel'Shir Beach, the winter edition. I love the winter edition, man.
I do?
You know why I love it? It makes me think of Crevasse. And I really love Crevasse.
Crevasse is the dumbest map.
No. I tried to make everyone vote for Crevasse in the leather map. I would have been such a happy puppy.
God, it's the dumbest. Why do you like that map?
I don't know.
You don't even have a reason to like that. It's a terrible map.
No, it looks really pretty. you know, I have a Warcraft 3 backend brand, and in Warcraft 3 all the ice maps were terrible, and I actually thought Crevasse looked kind of good, was playable, and don't tell me you haven't seen a lot of great games on Crevasse during the TSL 3.
I've never seen a good game on Crevasse. They're all terrible.
That's absolute nonsense. So there you had one more look at the handsome faces of these two guys. So I'm gonna introduce these guys once more. Or do you want to do it, Ben?
Oh, can I?
Yes, you can.
All right. So spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner of Bel'Shir Beach, Winter, the Zerg player who dropped the ball a little bit on Odyssey, but can hopefully bounce back here. It is Liquid Zenio. And, of course, up in the top left, his opponent, once again, wearing the orange.
Yeah, I like it. There's something I have to tell you guys about orange, by the way, but Ben, finish first.
We'll cover that as soon as we say that it's EG Puma up here in the top left. And what do you want to say about orange? What is with you in orange, by the way?
Well, you should know that, man. You've been to my country. Orange is, of course, the national color of the country I come from, the Netherlands. But yeah, actually we had a great idea. As you guys could see, we were wearing sort of like platinum silver ties today. But yeah, we made an agreement upon all casters that if somebody actually makes it to the Grandmaster League, you can rock the orange tie.
You can upgrade to an orange tie?
Yes, you get an upgrade. You can rock the orange tie. And
man,
if that's not a motivation to play ladder, I don't know what is.
The way I've been playing, I think I might need to get a bronze tie. Bronze looks kind of orange in the right light.
Yeah, that is actually true. Nah, Ben, you can keep rocking that gold tie soon.
Oh, damn.
Just kidding, guys. Ben is actually a high-level Master League player. I was actually a little bit afraid because today we were playing ladder on the same moment. And we were sitting next to each other, and that means that he could have seen my 2-base all-in coming if we would have met on ladder.
I don't need to see it coming. I know it's coming.
Yeah, but still, it's details. So. Alright, so we see Zenio, his scouting drone makes it over to the other side of the map. This time, however, no, sorry guys, I was mistaken. Puma just dropping that rack, so once again seems like a no-gas fast expand build. The build that we've seen around in Europe for a long time, but that was mostly for Terran against Protoss. And lately it became more and more popular as well against Zerg.
Yes, sir, you are correct. Zenio is going to be playing just the same as he did on Odyssey as well. You can see that spawning pool going down once again around 16 supply. Now, the summer version of Bel'Shir Beach had huge success for Zerg players. The Zergs really liked it. That's why it was changed a little bit. This winter version is a little bit better balanced, and I may be misspeaking here, but I feel like the Terran players are enjoying a better win rate here than they were on the initial version. But the defining characteristic of the map are the two big attack paths, right? We've got these two big paths through the center, and that's the thing that Zerg players like about it is when you go to attack a Zerg, there's always a counterattack path the other way. So it's literally impossible to push down both lanes at once, because if you do that, you're going to lose half your army somewhere. So there's always the threat of counterattack that the Terran player has to deal with.
You would actually think that Terran should feel more comfortable in the summer edition, and Zerg should be better in the winter edition. Not because...
What is your ludicrous justification for this?
Because like Terrans are like humans, and we all love summer and beaches, and like Zerg is kind of like the dark race. You know, it's very dark. Don't you agree with that? I mean...
Okay, I mean, it makes a little bit of sense, I guess, but
I'm not talking balance reasons.
There's bugs at the beach too, though.
Bugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're
and drones are like crabs, and crabs live on the beach, bro.
We can actually crush those bugs. The real bugs in this game are uncrushable. Alright guys, so we do see that factory going up right now in the main base.
It just never quits.
Reactor being added. So once more Puma's going for a similar opening. And that game was weird for several reasons. I mean, Puma could have killed 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 drones with that first cloak Banshee.
Yeah.
There was no Overseer nearby, Spore Crawler just started. Puma could have had a hell of a fun time in Zenio's main base, but somehow decided to drop like 8 or 5, 6, 7 shots on the queen, which then just got transfused because there were 2 more queens. That was questionable. Ooh, Zenio hitting that nasty 44 out of 44 supply block. We call it the X-Lord supply block in Europe.
Indeed, you are correct, and we can see he has unspent larva, 4 larvae that he's not able to use right now. The X-Lord supply block is 18, by the way. And then again on 26.
This came to life after Intox 3 Masters Sao Paulo, where X-Lord actually gave a pretty bold statement when he was like, alright, you know, if I play full-time for 3-4 months,
bye-bye Stefano.
I think it's bye-bye Stefano. So we're like all hyped to see X-Lord play.
He proceeded to constantly supply block himself on 18.
Yeah, at least he thought it was funny himself.
Oh, X. This was also in the midst of him sliding down the water slide naked for like the first 3 days of the entire event. Freaking X-Lord.
Everybody knows you go quicker when you put your pants down. 2 Hellions on the field right now, 2 more Hellions on the way for Puma. It seems like once more he's going at least for a Banshee opening. I'm not sure if it's once again going to be a cloak one or not.
Looks to be an identical opening from Puma. Yeah. Hellion's going to have a hard time getting anywhere at the front of Zenio's base, but...
I like how Puma... actually, well, he did see that point throw. Never mind. Quick eyes, man. Quick reflexes. Didn't get a single hit on those Hellions.
Nope.
Not bad.
Nothing. Maybe Tom Cruise and Goose?
Tom Cruise driving a Hellion. That's the day I switch to Terran, when you can have the Tom Cruise Hellion. He doesn't need blue flame. He has orange.
Obviously,
flames.
Tom Cruise is a Terran unit. He's either flying a Viking or a Banshee. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't a Banshee. He is pretty effeminate.
Tom Cruise is the alpha male, bro.
Tom Cruise is not the alpha male.
He is. 7 roaches on the way for Zenio, who's once more hitting a pretty nasty supply block. I'm not sure what he's going to do with this.
Yep, again stuck at 75. Starts 2 Overlords at once again with larva to spare.
6 Hellions right now for Puma. He might just going to try to run them in. At least he's going to take care of these 2 more. But with quite a few roaches, where is that first cloak Banshee? From it's not even out.
Nope, it's just now popping out. So cloaking is on the way though, so that'll be finishing up in about 40 more seconds. So hopefully this time Puma plays it a little bit better than he did on Odyssey. Not that it mattered too much. There was a macro hatch down in Zenio's base. Also getting all that other good stuff like Zergling speed and +1 carapace.
More creep Pumas now as well, knowing that those Hellions are actually just going to run to the other side of this map. But I like Puma's little wall over here. That should be fine. And now actually he spots that Banshee as well, so maybe this triggers the reaction of dropping a creep Puma.
Actually, the Banshee's going to chase the roaches, which I would say is, again, Puma misplaying it. Zenio should probably leave 1 roach to make the Banshee chase one way or the other. But either way, this buys a lot of time for Zenio to get up some Spore Crawlers, so he's not going to have to really worry about detection at all.
That's of course what I meant. I think I said Roach Horn. Roach Horns are actually not very good in the defense.
Not so much.
He's going to activate Cloak right now, so he's going to reveal that once more he went for Cloak. He might actually be able to pick off a couple of these drones. Come on, Puma. There's nothing there. There's not even creep.
Yeah.
He saw them passing by, so he could potentially chase them.
I guess this just shows us that Puma doesn't care about doing economic damage to these Banshees. He just wants to get map control, which is notable. He's going to kill a couple queens this time.
Yeah, actually, maybe if he picks up that really nice range fusion right there by Zenio. Zenio's not going to let that happen. Zenio right now at 65 drones. Puma is at 56 SMGs.
Oh, Puma flies in the Spore Crawler. Almost loses that Banshee. He's got 11 hit points left. She's going to have to go home.
Maybe now he's going to pick off quite a few drones, man, because he does have that Banshee over here.
I think he probably will get at least 5 or 6. Spore Crawler's in range for a second, but now it's both out of detection range and unable to shoot, so Banshee mostly thwarted there.
We still have those Hellions over here as well, but Zenio's really much aware of that, has roaches in a perfect position.
Good job by Zenio being nice and defensive early on. One thing I like about his play is the way that he gets the fast armor. He hasn't started his +2 carapace just yet, but +2 armored roaches are so good against Marines. Marines just do minimal damage. Roaches already have 1 armor, so when you have that +2, it's a total of 3 armor.
Puma's dropping so many mules.
Ooh, Banshee doing a lot of damage in the back of the natural there, Kev. Picked up a couple more drone kills before getting chased away.
He had 6, so yeah, he picked up 4 more. Spot on, Ben. Maybe you should do the observing. You know it's so much better than me.
Banshee does finally get shot down though, so no more worries about harass. Puma sending out that first drop across the top half of the map. There's about 2 Medivacs with about 16 Marines in it.
Overseer will fall this time. Just enough Marines. Good job right there. We have a very hurt Banshee over here as well. Banshee's actually going to join the drop. That surprises me a little bit. Might want to repair that one first.
Why not? Zenio has once again gotten up to a pretty good drone number. He's on about 71 drones. Well, exactly 71 drones, I should say.
Zenio's camera right now, wondering if he spots the drop. He should be able to spot it right now. Yep, there we go. He did select it, but the Marines will be unloaded though. How many Zerglings do we have on the map? We have 5 Infestors on the map, so that actually should be enough. Pretty big stim, and all these Marines are so clumped up.
Oh, spawning pool. Oh no, not a good position for the attack to come from, but oh, there's a huge fungal. And I actually think it was worth it to trade a spawning pool for that many Marines. Though losing the Infestors quickly changes that to be maybe a pretty good exchange for Puma. Man, Zenio has been reckless with his Infestors in both these games.
Just switch to the left side of the map because Zenio was taking care of that drop as well. Didn't really take any damage there because he had way more enough units in position. Puma did sacrifice that Bel'Shir after all, and that was kind of predictable with only 11 HP.
Puma's been a little slower about securing his third base on Bel'Shir. We've got
a lot of units out.
we've got Zenio unchecked on 3 bases, whereas Puma he has the third orbital. Even does he have a 4th orbital? No,
I'm actually starting to really worry right now for Zenio because he does have those Infestors, but once again he barely has any Banelings. The first 4 Banelings just morphing now. Look at this army of Puma, man. That's a scary army.
It is a very scary army.
44 Marines. You're gonna need some sick fungals.
2 siege tanks. Yes, you are gonna need some great fungals. The Infestors are coming though, and there's enough energy for quite a few fungals. And
Puma's
loses a Infestor with full energy, man. Again, Zenio with a little bit of sloppiness showing through in his play. I would have liked to have seen a counterattack when Zenio saw this push, but I guess he just didn't have the units out.
He didn't have that many units at all. He has 13 Zerglings. He is getting the Ultralisk going right now, so he might just want to save a little bit more time, but I really don't think Puma's going to give him that much time.
Oh, this is a really scary looking push. Stim Marines are really good against Roaches. They really have to, there has to be Banelings or Fungal to deal with these kind of Marine numbers, and there's just neither right now. Marines killing a lot of Roaches. Lings and Roaches coming from all sides, though. Now we're going to get a couple big Fungals. Pretty good Fungals, in fact, and this entire push is going to get cleaned up. So what was looking kind of scary has since been dealt with.
Yeah, really nice engagement from Zenio coming from several directions. You might want to pick up that one siege tank, Puma, just unsiege it and pick it up. Or
interesting choice to go Ultras here.
He's going to reinforce. Yeah, 2 Ultras on the way. Puma's not done yet with his aggression.
These Ultras are going to have 5 armor, man. They're going to be so hard to kill.
Yeah, but
the Marines are only 1-1
these Marines might actually take out this hatch after all, and then I still think that Xenios is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, nice job right there. Xenios doing a really good job saving time right now.
Yeah, he's playing much better this time. That Infestor does not have enough energy to engage this, though. A couple of Lings going to come forward. Hatchery taking a lot of damage. Puma is just going to focus on it, and the Hatchery will fall.
Lings rolling in as well, so he should be able to take out Mud. Beautiful splitting right there by Puma.
Excellent splitting by Puma. The Roaches will still clean everything up. I don't really... Well, as more units stream in.
Now we're going to at least have Ultras. We have the first 2 Ultras on the way. Fungal! No, there's no Infestor
Not enough energy for it. Ultralisk, they don't take much damage, but they also don't do a lot of damage to Marines. And this is still looking kind of bad for Zenio up against the ropes. Really curious about the choice to go Ultras, not because Ultras are bad, but because Ultras cost so much gas, and Zenio needs Infestors right now.
He has 85 drones, but he
and also because Ultras are bad.
He didn't take these extractors, by the way, Ben. That's a pretty big mistake. He's taking them right now, but I felt he could have done that a bit earlier. Since he's been mining from here at least for 1 or 2 minutes.
Definitely, I don't know, man. Zenio's play is not looking as solid as I would have liked to have seen it. Puma adding a lot of command centers right now. This is what all the Terrans are doing these days in the late game. Just get command centers, stop making SCVs, and just ride the mule to victory.
Kind of wonder what would Zenio do right now besides just hoping for more time, trying to get more Infestors, trying to get more Ultras.
I really think he's got to switch back into Broodlords. He's going to start running around with some Zerglings. The wall is down back in Puma's base, and there's no units in that bunker. Well, never mind. They're not even going to. They're just patrolling, actually. So we'll see. Big, strong position in the center of the map for Puma. It's going to be very tough to attack into that. Look at all the medevacs out.
Yeah, I saw that as well. This is
14 medevacs.
The last time I saw Puma with this many medevacs, it did not end well for him. You remember?
Yes,
IM final against MC.
Yes, I do. But units sure stay alive underneath. A big drop going down in the back of, I guess that's the 4th base. Those units will get cleaned up with a nice fungal and some Zerglings and some Banelings. Minimal losses taken by Zenio there. He's back up to about 160 supply, but Puma's maxed, man. That means he's going to want to be pushing soon.
And that's exactly what he does. He has so many medevacs as well. He has so much energy. He could stim for a long time. All he has to worry about are those Infestors. We have 5 Infestors on the map, which I still don't think is that many. I mean, then again,
he's putting all the gas into Ultras. He's still building Ultras 2 at a time.
I mean, 5 Infestors, 10 Banelings, they could deal a lot of damage against these 66 Marines that Puma has to offer, and that's pretty much all he has to offer. While 16 medevacs is really
and medevacs, like, I mean, they don't necessarily counter fungal, but when you have 16 medevacs, it means when your Marines get fungaled, 16 of them stay alive.
Yeah. Oh, Zenio might actually engage if he's on the right top side of the map.
Oh, he's going to be attacking into a lot of tanks, and he rethinks that strategy quickly. That's not a fight that he's likely to win with that many Marines, tanks, and even some Marauders sprinkled in. Puma just adding so many orbitals. I wouldn't be surprised to see him sack SCVs soon.
Puma was really confused. He already stimmed once to find his hedge, and now he's actually really going to find it.
Yep.
And he should force a cancel on this.
Absolutely, he does. Actually, not even canceled. It just died, as well as these drones that are being transferred over to it. A couple of Banelings going to roll in and connect with about 3 Marines, but still nothing there. At the same time, big push up at the top of the map. Zenio way out of position. He's going to lose 2 hatcheries here. And maybe even a few more drones. Man, beautiful play by Puma. Multi-pronged aggression. Zenio says, all right, now I'm going to counterattack. But he's only got 170 supply, and he's attacking into a ton of tanks.
This army just has no DPS compared to the army of Puma.
It really doesn't. There's nothing there that kills things.
And now he's upgrading his Spire into Great Aspire. He got his Spire just 2 minutes ago, so he literally instantly upgraded to Great Aspire. But oh, nice fungos, man! Look at all this.
Yeah, beautiful fungos on the Medivacs. If you could kill them all, that'd be great. Yeah. Marine's going to come forward. We need a couple more big fungos. There's one. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Bailey's going to come and try to connect.
Ooh,
so not
look
a
at all
terrible
those Marines.
fight. Yeah, but they're just going to heal, man. There's too many Medivacs.
So unfortunate for Zenio right there. If he would have landed one more fungal.
Yeah, if he could have killed the Medivacs, then maybe the game changes. But Puma he was able to turn it around. Greater Spire is now done, so he could see some Brood Wars. There's just not that much money for Zenio.
He barely has any money, even though he's nice.
Yeah, he still has 80 drones, but he just doesn't really have hatcheries.
And his main base is mined out, of course. Just now, this base is up again. He has a lot of support crosses. You might want to saturate this base a little bit more, Zenio. He has a lot of drones doing some long distance mining. Not actually really saturating that base.
Still just 170 supply. Zenio looking for a fight. Can't seem to catch Puma on siege. Puma's always so good about keeping track of that army. Would really like to see a couple Brood Lords added into the mix. Even if you can't get 5, 6, 7, 8 Broods, 1 or 2 are going to force a lot of splash damage, force Puma to use some APM to focus fire those siege tanks. Infestor's in a really bad spot. They do get pulled back just in time.
Army supply right now 145 for Puma, only 95 for Zenio, so that's going to be a big problem as well.
This is actually so scary.
Puma also attacking on the right side of the map, but I want to keep a close eye on this big engagement.
Zenio is finally going to go for it. Ultras do connect with these siege tanks, and beautiful fungals on those Medivacs. More great fungal growth going down. Can Zenio possibly win this fight? No.
Only 1 or 2 more
doesn't
fungals.
Have enough. And again, he's forced backwards. Production tab shows us Zerglings and Ultralisks on the way.
All he needed was a couple of more fungus, but Puma's just not going to give it to him. He's going to steamroll in there. A lot of spine crawlers, but all those will fall as well. Bane is getting picked up.
Such a strange unit composition. Roach, Ultralisk. What are you trying to achieve with that? I don't know, man. Zenio. It looks like he's not going to have enough. He may repel this one push, but there's another one coming behind it.
And there's also a pretty nasty drop in his main base right now. Zenio dropping below 100 supply right now. Puma just streaming in units left and right. If you take a look at the minimap, it's in the river of orange.
It is, and it's flowing in every direction. Puma just has way too much. The drop of the main gets cleaned up, but the hive dies, and Puma takes out the 3rd base. He's moving down to the 4th base. That's going to fall. And there's just nothing Zenio's going to be able to do here.
Well, Zenio's just not going to mine anything anymore than all these few minimum patches. But
finally, he's got some money, but nothing to do with it because he doesn't have hatcheries to produce larvae. There's only 3 larvae on the map for Zenio right now.
He does have a great Aspire.
There's no queens either. GG from Zenio. He leaves the game, and Puma takes it 2-0. I should have known better than to bet against the reigning champion.
You should have, man. Puma just does not lose in foreign events, at least not when we cast them. Well, okay, he did lose the Intax Masters World Championship,
but barely.
Yeah, barely, and he should have actually won it if he wouldn't have lost all those Medivacs, or actually if he didn't make so many Medivacs against MC in Game 4. But yeah, I think Puma played really quite well, even though that couple of decisions still questionable. Why doesn't he kill drones? But as you said, it seems like that's actually a decision he makes on purpose.
He just takes it for he gets a little bit of map control. Says, well, I got these banshees, so you got to be careful about doing things like attacking with roaches.
Yeah, so maybe he's like showing cloak banshee on purpose. Like, hey man, you can't roach attack me right now. I've got a cloak banshee.
Well, and it works because it's not like a cloak banshee rush. He just kind of goes to it. Like eventually, he just kind of gets up to it, and those banshees are still effective. He only builds a couple of them. It's not a big investment. Really great play out of Puma. I mean, it was great play out of Puma. Zenio,
questionable.
Yeah, I was pretty disenchanted with it. It was a really strange army composition there in Game 2, and definitely some macro missteps, and obviously missed a few of his. Obviously missing the Greater Spire on Odyssey. So unfortunate turn of events for Zenio, but Puma going to be very happy with that. He is going to take that one 2-0.